Thinking about moving abroad? Here's the thing no one tells you. A bad decision here can cost you thousands or even send you back home before you are ready. Let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. So in this video, we're breaking down the 10 questions you must answer before you pack your bags. Questions that could save you money, stress, and a whole lot of heartache. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This is Doc and Bean, and today we are going to answer 10 questions that you should be asking yourself before you move abroad. Now, we've been traveling for years, traveled over 25 countries, and one thing we know is moving abroad, well, traveling is exciting, vacation's exciting, but moving abroad is a different vibe. You have different questions to ask. It's not vacation, but we're going to get into it. Yeah.
All right. So let's start with number one.
Number one, everybody wants to know this.
This is the most important question you can ask, and it is, how will I make money?
Yeah. So one of the big questions is, if you're not retired, how will you work? Will you get remote jobs, local work permits? If the place you're moving to, are you going to freelance? Some people in the age of internet, you can work remotely. Some countries, is another thing to think about, tax you on global income. So get some clear answers before you move or before you arrive there, so you can figure out, what to do. And we have some tips for you, right? So check if your visa legally allows you to remote work or freelance. In some countries, it requires a special permit, diversify your income stream so you're not relying on just one client, employer, or platforms. Like for us, we have rental properties and also we have retirement income, right? Check job boards, with international listings before you move. They have some websites that you could check out is LinkedIn Jobs, Flex Jobs, even Indeed have a international section if you want to do that. We work remotely. That's kind of tough to say. That's another one as well that you can use. So that's one of the biggest questions, and people always, because I'm moving, how am I going to make money while I'm over there?
Right. So you can't be broke.
Right.
You go into another country.
Although
right?
some people do, and then they just ask.
Yeah, some people are broke
YouTube
when
for
they
money.
go there. They run out of money, but you need less money in other countries. So
Right.
it's you should have a good handle on it.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video. Head over to docandbean.com to grab your free travel resources, our personalized itineraries, and powerful AI prompts. And be sure to join our Facebook community, Go Global, Travel, and Move Abroad, where the real conversations happen. All the links are in the description. Enjoy the rest of the video, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
But number two. Number two is, what visa can I actually get, which depends on the country you go to, your age, and how much money you have, all of that stuff.
Right. So for some people, visa is just a stamp in your passport, right? And it's way bigger than that. It's your legal permission to be there in that country. How long you stay, can you work, will you need proof of income, health insurance, background checks. Some visas take months to process, right? So skipping this step can mean your plans collapse before you even leave, right? So some tips: always check your destination official immigration website, not just blogs or Facebook groups, because visa rules can change with little to no notice.
But also check those too. People have good information of actual experience, but the embassy website is always the best, but it may not be the best.
Yeah.
Sometimes the information is wrong on there too.
Right.
So,
and this is where, if you still have a lot of questions, if you're still not sure or it's not clear, you reach out to an immigration specialist for that country to ask the questions that you still are concerned about, right? And some offer free consultations. They'll do 15 minutes free or something like that. So definitely look for those. Yeah.
All right. So question number three. Question number three is, can you afford it long term? Because it's not vacation. If you're going to live there, that means you're going to be there long term. So can you afford a long term? That means 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now.
Yeah.
If you decide to stay.
Yeah. So some people just go with savings and they'll try to wing it from there. Okay, you can do that.
Mm.
But it's
Well, they
not.
might have $1 million.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we plan on
Yeah.
it.
So we
So it's not just rent. You have to factor in groceries, healthcare, utilities, transportation, right? Hidden costs like import taxes or visa renewals while you're there, right? Inflation and currency swings can turn like a $1,500 budget to 2,200 overnight,
mhm,
so you got to make sure your income will keep up as well. So you got to make sure you can afford it, right? Some tips:
mhm,
use cost of living databases like Numio, Expatistan to get real numbers. Then add 20% for unexpected expenses and
mhm,
give yourself a little cushion, to cover sudden exchange rate changes, especially if your income is in a different currency than your expenses. Exchange rates can change and make things more expensive overnight.
mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 4. Question number 4 is healthcare.
Yeah. That's always a big one, right?
Yeah. How do
Um,
I handle healthcare? Should I get healthcare?
mhm.
Do I need healthcare? All of these are questions you might ask, and you're gonna get different answers.
Yeah. And some countries have world-class healthcare, right? For a fraction of what the US price is. You hear it all the time. People travel for healthcare now instead of getting it in the US. And others will have you flying home for treatment. So make sure you know the country you're going to, has insurance if that's good healthcare if that's important to you. Will you need international insurance? Is the local hospital equipped for emergencies? And do they speak your language? So some tips is to compare local health insurance versus global expat insurance. Sometimes a mix of both is the cheapest and most effective. Like for us, we're more concerned to if we do get healthcare, it's going to be for emergency
Mhm.
purposes, right?
Right.
Not for actual health.
Mhm.
And then the area you're in, identify the nearest hospital or clinic and do some research on it. Make sure they
Mhm.
have English speaking doctors. So that's a
Mhm.
good plan. So yeah.
Okay. Question number 5. I think that this is important until it's not.
Yeah.
And that is the place safe for you?
Right.
Is it safe and does it fit your lifestyle?
Right. So safety isn't just like crime stats, it's whether you feel comfortable just walking at night, driving, navigating the culture. And for me, a big one was navigating at night. Can I just go out on my own and do what I want with having not, with not having you around, or how do I feel about it? And can you also handle like the language barrier? Because sometimes you're in a place and you get nervous because you can't communicate with anybody and you don't know what can happen to you. So I think this is where safety comes in. Even the food, you want some, can I eat this? Can I eat that? You just want to be, a little safe. Sometimes you can be a little too safe,
Mhm.
but you just want to make sure it's your comfort level. So some tips for this is research, crime maps and expat forums to see what neighborhoods locals are in or expats are in and what they recommend and
Mhm.
which to avoid. Um, and visit during different times of the day if possible to test the vibe, daytime versus nighttime.
Mhm.
That way,
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
always best to go to a place and see if it's safe for you.
Right, right.
So number 6. Number 6 is plan B. Should they have a plan B?
Yes.
You should have a plan B.
Yes, you should have a plan B.
Mm.
Even with research, things change. Visas get revoked, politics shift, or maybe
Mm.
even you just decide it's not for you. So I would say have an exit plan just in case, where you'd go, how you'd get your money out of wherever it is, if you have it in the local currency. Just so you can pack up and move easily if you need to, but you should always know,
Mhm.
keep at least, some tips are keep at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an easily accessible international bank account, right? Like Wise or Schwab or something like that.
Mhm.
Have enough funds or a credit card, set aside for just emergency travel in case you need to bounce real quick, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's a big one. Always have a credit card or just extra money,
Mhm.
So yeah, but if you're enjoying the video and you like all the information, you want more information and you want to support us, you can buy us a Thai tea.
Mhm.
It's a small gesture that means a whole lot to us and help us create content for this community. Also join our newsletter. Add links in the description for that. Yeah.
All right. Number 7. Number 7 is where am I actually going to live? Do I know that? Do
Yeah.
I wait till I get there? What?
That's a big question. And yeah, it's a little further down because you need money first, you need all these other things first,
Mm-hmm.
which, you're going to need even before you plan where you're going to,
Mm-hmm.
right? So, finding housing is a big deal. Abroad isn't just, scrolling Airbnbs. You can sign a lease um you can sign a lease on a visa. Can you add a local bank account,
Mm-hmm.
right? Will you pay more as a foreigner?
Mm-hmm.
How do you avoid getting scammed while you're still overseas trying to book this housing?
Mm-hmm.
So this is very important as well. So some tips you can avoid signing long-term leases before you actually get there, right? So you book a short-term rental, so you can explore neighborhoods, then use trusted rental platforms, or just work with recommended local agents. That way, it's avoiding scams altogether,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, number 8. Number 8 is kind of tricky. Would you learn the language, the local
Yeah,
language?
that's a big question you have to ask
Mm-hmm.
yourself because even basic phrases can make your life 10 times easier. Are you ready to take classes or use apps? If not, will your community have enough English speakers to get by without, frustration? Because it does get frustrating after a while trying to communicate and they're not getting it, you're not getting it,
Mm-hmm.
then everything else becomes frustrated. But some tips for this is, you just start learning before you even move. You can, have these apps that you can learn wherever you move into Spanish, Thai,
Mm-hmm.
Portuguese, anything like that. Just yeah, even basic phrases will help.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll show that you're interested and they will take the time also to help you. And just commit to like real world practice. After arrival, join language exchange groups, go to language classes, meetups, maybe
Mm-hmm.
hire a local tutor or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9. Number 9 is I think this is important, but maybe people don't necessarily think so. But who would be your community?
Yeah, yeah.
You need community, right?
Right,
You need some
right.
people around.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because loneliness is real, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're a solo traveler or something like that. Like, we're a couple. I can get on his nerves, he can get on my nerves. Like we're together. So, but loneliness is real. Will
Mm-hmm.
you connect with locals, expats, or both? Right? Check Facebook groups, event meetups, or local groups before you arrive. Having a support system
Mm-hmm.
can make or break your move.
Mm-hmm.
So some tips is join, Facebook and expat groups, right? Meetups, internations before you move. Yeah, just start networking. So that way, when you get there too, you have some friends that can help you because something might come up to where like your community, you can reach out to your community to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, number 10. This is the last question. And that is, what legal or family obligations are you leaving behind?
Yeah.
So, should you leave those behind? That's the question.
Right. From taxes to bank accounts to child custody and medical, directives. If you leave loose ends at home, then they can follow you across the world, and then you might have to go back home to handle those, right? And you don't want to do that. So make sure you've handled anything that could pull you back unexpectedly, right? Consult a tax professional who specializes in expat taxes. Avoid surprises from your home country like IRS or anything like that. Set up a power of attorney, right? That's always important if you have a lot of, legal stuff that you need to take care of. So, yeah.
Mhm.
And that was it. That's 10 questions I
Mhm.
think you should really get into and have answers to before you even, completely move abroad. So, yeah, make sure to hit that subscribe button, share this video,
Mhm.
and yeah, follow us, share the video. Oh, go over to talkingbean.com, right? And join our newsletter. We also have AI prompts to help you book cheaper flights. If you want to do scouting trips to Thailand, Bangkok, Da Nang, all those. So,
Mhm.
but see you guys later.
Peace.